The Turning is based on Henry James's novella. The Turning of the Screw is a novella that I actually read in college, and I actually really liked it. I liked its mysticism, I liked the weirdness of it. This follows a basic plotline. It's a modern retelling in which a governess is hired to take care of two children after their parents die. But the more she learns about these two children and the more she creeps around the house at night, she starts to become a bit haunted by strange doings in that house and in the backgrounds of the two children themselves. Let me just get this off the bat because I always go through my positives and before I do my negatives, so I'm just going to get my positives out of the way with The Turning. Dark, creepy imagery! Alright, now that that's out of the way, the rest of this movie is horrible. This lacks a clear storyline. This honestly just feels like 3 act ones in a movie. This isn't even a movie to me. This is definitely the first 20 minutes of the movie, just repeated and recycled throughout the entire thing. And this is the writers of The Conjuring. Their track record is not that good. I feel like The Conjuring now is only enhanced and is only good because of James Wan's masterful direction, the way he moves the camera around, the way he's able to stage the scares in The Conjuring. I feel like it has nothing to do with the script of these writers because these writers do not have a good track record. They haven't made great movies, and this is no different. This honestly just feels like they were stuck. They didn't know what they wanted to do with this movie. They had the opening sequence down, which isn't even that exhilarating, honestly. It really kind of sets the dull, boring mood and the snooze fest of a movie that this movie is. It sets that entire mood for the entire movie. But once you get past that part and you're introduced to the character played by Mackenzie Davis, whose name I don't even remember, and I just saw the movie 15 minutes ago. It feels like that's where they got stuck, and it's like they went to the studio head and were like, you know what, we have Act 1 done, but we don't know where to go from here. I guarantee you the studio was just like, write stuff, just make shit up, who cares? So I feel like that's what they did. The problem with this movie is that when there has to be exposition, there is no exposition. When there doesn't have to be exposition, there is exposition. We're learning about things that don't really matter with this movie, and then we don't learn about the stuff that matters. It's not a good way to tell a story, where it feels like you're stuck in first gear and you're just repeating the same things over and over again. You think you're actually progressing a story forward when you're actually just stuck in neutral. But the biggest problem I have with this movie is that there is no ending. You've heard it so many times with this movie, there's no ending. It doesn't even just stop. There are movies that just stop, but at least like they have a clear 3-act structure when they just stop and it feels like it doesn't end. But like you can actually tell that that was like the stopping point for the movie, even if it didn't feel like the definitive ending. That was where the story stopped. Well, we obviously didn't write a movie, we're just writing an Act 1 all over again, so here you go. This is what we're going to say is the ending, but it's not an ending, because there's no forward progression with this story, there's no forward progression with these characters, there's no character development whatsoever, you're just left guessing for the entire movie. Like I said with the novella, the biggest reason the novella drew me in is because of all the mysticism behind it, that there was all these weird, strange doings in the novella. This movie tries to set up antagonists, but it never goes anywhere with them. Do you know what I mean? I know I'm repeating myself a lot in this review, but that's what this entire movie just feels like. It's a big reason why this movie comes across as confusing. Let's talk about the characters and the performances. The characters have nothing to them. I really did not care if Mackenzie Davis's character lived or died. There's no emotional weight to her. The two little kids, one's played by Finn Wolfhard from Stranger Things, and that guy's a little brat. So I was hoping he was gonna die the whole movie, but then the movie, when it gets to that non-ending that thinks it's an ending, they do this whole twist, and it makes you question whether this whole thing is actually real, or whether it was a dream. That's one of the biggest gimmicks in a movie ever. I can't even say the musical score was okay about this movie. It's your generic horror movie score. And going back to the actors and the actresses, everybody's just collecting an easy paycheck here. This is a paycheck movie for dull characters. Everything is just so boring. It's a snooze fest. There is nothing redeeming about this movie. Sure, it's got some creepy imagery, but it's just 3 act ones, and it's constantly repeating itself in terms of recycling plot points from earlier in the movie, and it never feels like it's moving forward with its story. There's no forward progression here, and I'm gonna give The Turning an F. God damn, can we get a good movie? Like, I don't want a good movie like once every 5 weeks or something. I mean, Underwater is fine. Bad Boys for Life is fine. I really like The Gentleman, but Jesus. The bad is outweighing the good right now, and my brain can't take it anymore. Guys, thank you for watching. What did you think of The Turning? I want some feedback. Drop me a comment in the comments section below. You guys are the best. I'll leave my link to my website in the description below. All my links for my social media accounts will be there. My name is Alex Madden, and I'll see you at the movies somewhere.